So does that look good to you, framed? I look comfortable. You look comfortable.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
All right. I'll probably chop it down.
Are we recording?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're saying it's time for
Drag
the leg.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Wait, I started going.
Drag the lake, you bitch.
Hey.
Do you have one more fart? It's so
I hope that picked up.
It's so funny. Welcome to the Drag the Lake. Neither of us want to do because for 20 minutes we're talking about Malaysian Airlines fight 7:30. No More Heroes is going to be so fucking good this week.
We were talking about our research without like explaining what our research was.
Yeah.
We're just kind of like, what did you? What about the debris?
We basically, from a conspiracy standpoint, we just showed each other the greatest set of tits ever.
Yeah.
And then we said, you're going to be able to come on those tits.
Yeah.
And then we said, you have to wait an hour to come on those tits.
Yeah, you're going to have to wait a little bit to come on those tits. But in the meantime, we can talk about music, and then we'll just go like, is Nate here yet?
Is Nate here yet?
Oh, by the way.
Is it 3 o'clock yet? No.
A surprise guest, Nate Marshall.
Nate Marshall. First
guest ever.
First guest of the Pad era.
Oh, yeah.
I've had guests. Like, we've had Jose, Radix, Austin. We got to get Austin back on.
Yeah.
That's going to be...
316?
What?
316?
I think his is more like 666.
By God.
Well, he's not into Satanism. He would be attacking the Satanists. By God, he just brought that kid into a tunnel. By God.
The first guest of the Pad era of No More Heroes.
First guest of the Pad era.
But also the second episode.
Your cat's scratching at the wrong end. That's so fucking funny.
Yeah. Hey, dumbass. The opening is where you want to go, right?
The opening, you dumb bitch.
But
anyway,
we're also on the second episode of the research era. That's what I wanted to say.
The second, well, we are professional researchers
now.
That's actually crazy. I realized it,
dude, and we're good at it.
We're actually. This is okay. Right. No More Heroes. Wow, we've never wanted to do Drag the Lake less.
Yeah. Hey guys, honestly, can I? All right, yeah. Go. The things we have to talk about are pretty big. We had the release of the Better Lovers full album.
Really?
I've been talking Malaysian, man. I don't know what is it. It's like the one with
so
all the
funny.
crazy cartoons on it.
It's so goddamn funny to be like, I'm the only person in the world to figure out the Malaysian airline mystery. Wait, what are those things songs are on called? This is why I'm like so excited because I'm like you get so confident and I get so excited.
I can never tell you I have all of the answers, especially right now because I was like the cartoon thing on the.
You're like, sorry, all I have is Malaysian airline answers. I don't have musical answers.
Highly Irresponsible by Better Lovers came out, and also every single member has left every time or As I Lay Dying.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of good news. I did So I'll be honest, I actually haven't listened to the Better Lovers album yet.
I have.
You have? Not excited? No.
Can I tell you?
Talk to me about it because I'm gonna still do. I've been updating the DTL R&R channel, Drag the Lake Reaction and Review. Yeah. It's updated fairly almost daily at this point.
You can clip this if you want.
What?
You can clip this for that if you want. It's a direct reaction.
But I'm gonna be doing my album reaction over there eventually, and then we'll probably put an album review. Well, I mean, this could be Pat's album review of the Better Lovers album. But I'm really curious to hear your reactions on it because I've been listening to it, and not the album, but the singles leading up to it. There was one that was kind of slower that I sort of pegged as more as not really my cup of tea versus a bad song.
Yeah.
But the other songs leading into it, we talked about one of them on one episode. I did a DTL R&R video about the video that just came out. And I've been pretty excited about the music coming out, but you actually listened to the full album and you're saying not that great?
I've gone front to back a couple times on it. And I feel like it's kind of, I don't know, it's underwhelming a little bit for me. It's I don't know, man.
How much my legs can you see on this?
I can crop it.
Sorry, I had pants on, and I was just like, I'm so comfy in these, but I was like, do I look like a fat gay
As long as you're not showing ball, I think you're all right.
Oh, well, you're going to have to edit this whole podcast.
Well, I'll have a me edit, and then I'll have a you edit. But no, I've gone front to back on it a couple times. You know what I mean? I went like how you should wipe, and I don't know, man. Like, so the thing that kind of bothers me is, and I know we're not supposed to be comparing them to Many Eyes. That's not what this is about.
But I have made the point before. It's hard to not to.
Right.
It's hard not to.
And when they released the full album,
yeah,
it's like, okay, well.
So when you both release albums within a fucking month of each other,
yeah.
What do you want us to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. It has to be. And I even tested it today before you came over. I listened. I started the Better Lovers album, and I kind of like. I don't even recognize. They didn't even recognize the songs that they had put out as singles in the album listen. It all kind of faded together. It
all bleeds into one.
Starts out really energetic,
yeah,
and then just kind of like, I don't know. You know,
See,
when you're at a show,
happens.
you know when you're at a show and the fucking band rips, they start playing, you're like, okay, what the fuck? This sounds good.
Yeah.
And then they keep going, and you're like, they lost it.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, and it's not. I don't mean it to that way. This is. I've only done a couple listens.
Well, yeah. Let me say this real quick because you're kind of going into a thing I've mentioned a lot in my album reviews where. Like, I don't mind it so much in hardcore because I like hardcore so much. So, but a lot of hardcore bands, every song sort of bleeds into each other. It just sounds like
this is
like
the highest energy that you have to be the whole time. Ah!
Yeah, you'll get to like the end of a 30-minute album, and you're just like, was that just one 30-minute song?
Yeah.
But it'll be like a hardcore band, so I won't care. It's when it's like other genres that I don't necessarily enjoy it as much because I don't fuck with that genre. So, and Better Lovers is in that metalcore pocket of music, and they go a little bit harder. They go in the harder direction and more riff heavy. So I could see that that Better Lovers definitely does have a way of each song bleeding into one another.
And it's almost like when you know how we talk about like the interstitial songs and stuff like that, the instrumentals and stuff like that. It's like I feel like it has that kind of lag in some of the songs.
How many songs is it? I'll look it up.
It's 10. And like I get to like 5 or
double check.
I get to like 5 or 6, and then I'm like, you know what I mean? Like it just kind of becomes, and like that's just from, like I've given it a car listen.
Yeah.
I've given it a home listen on my Bluetooth bass boom speaker thing, whatever the fuck it is from Costco.
What's the serial number?
I don't know. I can't. No, it's like a weird name, but it's a really good speak. It's a good jam, right?
Yeah.
But like, it's just I don't know if it's the album or if it's the songs themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I don't love the reveal. I am not loving the reveal. But the Many Eyes reveal, like the album layout, I love it. Listening front to back. I tried it today. I got to 7, and I was like, man, only 3 more songs. Or I think only 2 more songs after this. 3. What's 10 minus 7?
No one knows.
3.
Anyway, Pat George figured out the M370 mystery.
But there's
so excited for No More Heroes.
But it's such a weird, and again, it's the comparison, and it reminds me more of like the boring Dillinger songs that they would put on the newer Dillinger albums. Yeah. The ones that weren't super dynamic.
That didn't sound like Morse code.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's not even like their poppier shit on like Ironworks with Dillinger Escape Plan is like, it's not poppy, but more.
No, they have more like fucking cheese dick butt rock songs.
Yeah, butt rocky, but like good. I like those songs.
But good.
But they're still the ones where you're like,
it's ass rock. That's how good it is. It's not butt rock.
It's buttock rock.
It's buttocks rock. Buttocks. Wait,
it's buttock.
Wait. What's the word? Buttocks?
Yeah.
Anyway, we figured out M370.
That's why our brains are fried. No, but it's just for me. It's like it didn't the reveal, like the album reveal.
But that can happen a lot of times where I've been there before. I just did a review on this band called Rat Boy.
Yeah.
And they put out 2 singles, and they sounded like really cool old school, late 80s, early 90s, like British ska, like, you know, like a good special song.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it's like, it's got that keyboard that has like a lot, I forget what the keyboard's called specifically, but it's got a lot of body to it.
Yeah.
And they're going real fast. And you got the British singing voice, and it's just I was like, oh yeah, this is like the good, like old school ska music.
Yeah.
So I heard like 2 singles. I go, oh, that's awesome. There's a band who's actually doing this really well. And I start listening to the album, and the album's pretty good, but very quickly it just turns into a pop rock album, and you're like, you can get thrown off with singles because you forget, like, oh, they're usually gonna play you the best songs.
But like I feel like the album, like, even, you know, when you're like, well, I know this one, I like this one, you know, it was like, I was just like, wait, where were the ones that I really liked?
Yeah,
it kind of it dropped the value of those songs I liked.
Yeah.
I don't know how, and I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I've given it multiple listens, and each time I'm just kind of like, yeesh, how much more is this? Like,
yeah.
And look at, usually the ones with the little stars next to them are the ones that are the singles or the popular songs, right?
The stars?
I bought the album. I didn't even just do it on Spotify. I'm supporting.
You purchased it on Apple Music?
I did, yeah. And
Better Lovers is watching it like, oh, he's the guy who bought it.
Lie Between the Lines. So a white horse with Covered in Blood was one of the singles,
Yep.
right? So yeah, I think it's Future Myopia.
Yep.
Yeah. So like there's certain ones where I'm like, I don't know. It kind of, I don't know. I don't want to. I feel bad saying bad shit about it, and like I don't mean. It's not just like, I don't mean it to be a negative review. I'll give it more listens. I bought, you know, I own it.
You own it.
I own a goddamn album.
You'll be able to listen to it
as much as I want, even with that paid streaming service.
Wait, yeah, you pay for Spotify.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
I think I'm just going to start buying albums and just stream music on YouTube.
Okay. Oh, like
They
you buy the albums
anyway.
you want, and then you just find music on.
Yeah.
Well, and also, do you pay for YouTube?
No.
You don't pay for it?
Oh, I pay for YouTube TV.
Oh, but not
thing.
YouTube Premium?
No.
Oh, yeah, you don't. I don't know how you do that.
Everybody says that.
I don't know why. Have you ever paid for it?
No.
That might be it.
Yeah.
You've never experienced it?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you've never experienced it, so you don't know the beauty of it. You may not want to pay for it then.
Yeah, I probably won't.
Once you do it, you'll go, it'll quickly turn it into like a 30-second commercial. I'll kill myself.
Yeah.
You'll quickly turn into that.
I don't mind commercials so much, but it is like a lot of times it's like, I don't like the fact that on YouTube every once in a while they'll just do the thing where they're like, here's a 24-minute video. If like you don't hit skip, I know it's been a while since you've had it.
Yeah.
It's nuts sometimes. Like, because I'll just have like a show I watch, marathon, that's on YouTube or something like that, and just have that play.
Yeah.
And I'll be like cleaning the house, so I'll be walking around anyway. Like the ads don't really.
Yeah.
But then like after like 20 minutes, I'm hearing this fucking Korean pop song, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's a music video for this Korean band, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I say bye bye you.
I've seen that. I forgot about that. Yeah. They'll just hit you with a whole fucking.
Here's a mini doc.
Some dudes will put their YouTube videos as a YouTube ad.
Here's a mini doc about a Polaris fucking 4-wheeler ATV.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we both know I can't buy that.
Yeah.
You have stolen my identity. I'm sure of it.
Also,
I can't.
A big
afford
part of why I like using YouTube Premium is just with like the streaming.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention that. Twitch.tv/Andy Malafrina every morning from
morning.
Sorry, some dude on the stream today said your mush mouth is worse than Colin Quinn, and I go, what? Don't. Oh my god.
I did just watch that Colin Quinn special, and some of it I was like, what is he? You got to watch it with subtitles, but it's funny.
Yeah. Oh man, Colin Quinn's one of the goats,
Yeah.
dude. But no, I stream at 10 a.m. and my alarm goes off at 9, and then I usually roll out of bed around like 9:30, 9:45.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's like you're getting me minutes from getting out of bed.
Yeah.
So that first hour will be a little bit of mush mouth.
Yeah, honestly.
But that's on me. I got to get more coffee in me before I start talking into a microphone.
If your cadence is reminiscent of one of the greatest comedians of all time,
exactly.
Thank you.
Yes.
And don't forget to subscribe to twitch.com/Colin Quinn.
Twitch.tv. Oh! You're looking for Colin Quinn's Twitch stream.
Malafarina.
Yes. Also, I'm going to be trying to multi-stream on the No More Heroes channel as well, so people have a YouTube option.
Using that sweet-ass audience of ours.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll grow the audience.
Oh.
Dude, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I'm getting in a groove with these morning shows.
Yeah.
I told you, I finished out the artistic donut has been finished. Now I just have to, like, get people to give a shit about that donut and eat my donut, guys.
I love donuts.
Put your mouth in my donut.
Yeah.
So back to this Better Lovers album. I'm intrigued to listen to it now because it is a thing. I kind of said it earlier, but it is a thing you don't think about, especially with like a 10-song album. You can get a little bit of you can potentially get a misconception of the album. You know where this happened with me? On the last Counterparts album. So they put out about like 4 singles.
Yeah.
And then the album was only 10 songs.
Yeah.
And one of those songs was an intro, and another song was like interlude. So in all honesty, they put out 4 more songs.
Yeah.
and the first couple were like the obvious best songs of the album. And then the other, Counterparts has that like more aggressive playing style where it's like they're really fast. And they're really fast and they're really heavy and they're screaming a lot. So the songs from time to time have a tendency to like bleed into one each other. It's the Bad Religion thing we talk about. Bad Religion's one of the best bands ever, but let's be real. They wrote about 5 or 6 songs over their whole career.
Excellent songs.
They're great songs. You can play them over and over again, and I'll never get tired of them. BG or BR. What was that?
BG.
I don't know, dude. I'm fucking moving and
Boy
shaking.
girls.
Boy girls. Just the different directions I'll go. But yeah, I'm interested to get into this Better Lovers album because that is a very real possibility that you just you just kind of, the songs can bleed into one another and this and that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little frustrating just because it was like, I thought it would be more, I would have more of a reaction like I had to Many Eyes.
Yeah.
Again, because I have to compare it. But it seems like I enjoy the songs, the album structure, the songs themselves, and like the overall, like, but like the Better Lovers camp seems like they're having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not necessarily having members quit or get fired bunch.
Get fired and don't know why they're getting fired.
There's not a lot of again, we shared that clip with each other of the of Better Lovers blowing fire and shit like that, the lead singer, and it's like guys,
they're having too much fun.
Too much fun. You guys got to settle the fuck down. We all know you are aged men. Like, rock out, but also, like, come on.
I guess the fire breathing is just, like, drink a little kerosene and blow that out.
Yeah.
You sent me that clip. So I guess Better Lovers is doing a lot of fire breathing at their shows.
I would hate that. I would absolutely hate that. I would want to go. Honestly, I might ask for a refund. I'd be like, what? That guy fucking shot fire right over my fucking head.
And this venue's not that big.
It's crazy.
I would like my money back.
You guys hear a fucking, what was that?
Better Lovers? They're Badder Lovers.
Yeah, they're fucking better pyro maniac.
Yeah, better endangering the audience.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
No, if I was at the, because I'm trying to think of like a comparable venue, like probably like Underground Art, not Underground Arts, the whatever, like the TLA in Philly. Yeah. That's like probably a comparable venue that they would play.
Yeah.
And if I was like posted up at the bar, I'd probably be drinking a beer and just see like the flames going up, going like, well, that was fucking crazy. They probably shouldn't do that. But if I was in the audience, I'd be like, please stop doing that.
Yeah.
Please stop doing that right now.
Yeah. Like, fire breathing is not a thing that you just whip out. You know what I mean? Like, you go to see people breathe fire.
Yeah.
You go like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go see those weirdos at the fucking circus, or the weirdos. Like, they're all weirdos. They're nobody cool. Look, dude, I'm sorry. Fire breathing looks cool, but you
don't have to apologize. Like, my family are all fire breathers.
Well, I know you're a family of fiery crotches.
Yeah, we are. No, just me. Remember, I'm the fucking Skips generation. I'm the outliner. Yeah. Remember, I'm the mailman. I just showed up one day.
The mailman's kid.
I'm basic. No. It's like fucking Jesus. I was in the basket.
Yeah. Wait, how old are you?
34.
You should be dead.
I'm the fucking... No. Didn't you make it to like 37?
No, 33. Wait, no. Am I thinking of Kurt Cobain?
New Testament.
27.
New Testament.
No, I think there's a thing with like you have to be so safe when you do fire breathing professionally.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like either he's endangering a ton of people, thumbs down, or or
Yo, you fucking suck, dude. No, I'm kidding. You're so fucking
like what
funny.
happened to the days you're tired of just running across people's heads? What happened to that? You're thinking like, well, how can I up this ante? Oh, I'll get a machete out and I'll just fling it.
I
at
did.
him.
I
You know
did
what
have
I mean?
a
What are you, ICP?
I did have a
Get outta here.
slight shift in my opinion because remember in the video he's blowing the fire. And I was like, that's a little dangerous, guys.
Yeah.
And then he hands a guy the torch, and the guy holds it while he blows fire. And I was sitting there like, I'd love to hold that torch.
No, absolutely not.
I want to hold the torch.
Who's gonna pay for all this arm hair I lost, pal?
You don't need it.
I do.
You got plenty of other hair.
I'm a man.
What do you? No, you don't need. We're in Texas. It's already hot enough.
I need sun coverage.
Although it's pretty cool today.
Now I'm gonna get melanoma. Then what happens? You're paying for it,
What?
fire boy.
You probably hate melanoma because it sounds like melon and it reminds you of fruit.
Whoa.
You're like, it's not meat.
But I
Or French fries.
I found out apples.
You
The
found out about apples?
yeah, I did find this out. It's the meat of the apple.
Let's get these, Andy.
It's known as
apples.
It's known as flesh.
Flesh?
They call it flesh. The
Oh,
white
yeah.
part.
That's why I call apples tree people.
Yeah. Yeah, but if I may,
You ever seen me around an apple orchard?
speaking of apples, what if you just pop out juggling
You
at the end of the show?
my joke.
I'm sorry.
That was crazy. No, go on. I'm kidding.
I thought for sure you didn't have something.
I always have something.
That's true. Andy?
Top-notch researcher, A+ goof.
Andy, what kind of plain research did you find at the apple orchard?
What? Well, actually, there is a theory that. Did you hear the theory? But what they're called, mangaloons or something?
Mangaloons?
Yeah, there was fruit in the belly of the plane, and that might have helped set the plane on fire. No more heroes.
Look into it.
Look into it. It's all real.
Watch that show, I promise.
Everything you read on the internet's real.
We've collected our thoughts on all that stuff, not necessarily the Better Lovers or
Well, I gotta check out the album because I've been trying to save it. I mean, pull the curtain back. I know a Better Lovers reaction video is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Good numbers, and I'm gonna listen to it anyway.
Yeah.
So I wanted to record a react, and also, people seem to like watching me listen to music. It's very odd.
That's cute.
It's very odd. Like I like to do it because they're easy and fun.
Yeah, you like to be watched. I know
Yeah,
that.
I like to be looked at.
I used to do it all the time when you lived here. Just watch you.
Well, I do want to take that picture back with me.
Oh, you need that to sleep? Is that the only way you feel comfortable?
Nah, you got to see our new bed. It's easy to sleep in that bitch.
Oh, yeah?
Want to come over for a nap?
Yeah. That's a really weird thing to say. You got to come see our bed.
I would, dude. It's
That is
fucking.
some swanging ass shit.
It's fucking great. Steph ain't gonna be there.
No, me and you.
Yeah, me and you.
Yeah.
We're gonna test the bed
A
out.
sex swing.
Yeah, we got
XXL.
The bedroom's fucking sick. We got the bed in the middle, and we got the 50-inch TV.
Nice.
And it's so.
Above it.
Dude, I just watched a movie last night. Holy fucking shit, this movie was crazy. I forget what it was called. I don't know the name of it.
Great.
I have
cool.
no info about the movie, but it was
But-
very good.
Honestly, you guys should check it out. Check it out on Andy's bed. Come watch it with us. Sleep over.
Come over to my house.
Come over to Andy's house. We're gonna have a sleep over. We're gonna watch movies. You can watch him listen to music. This is Drag the Lake Fantasy Camp. We're gonna have it at Andy's new crib. He's got cats too. Not as cool as mine, but nobody's counting, right? Who's counting? Me. I'm counting. My cats are cooler.
Every day. Oh yeah, Strange Darling.
What's it about?
Well, so
A regular darling
Nah,
gone awry.
I got to be honest. You get quickly into this movie. You're like, that's a fucking strange darling. They hit you with a darling. You think it's gonna be a normal darling.
Yeah.
You're like, that's a weird darling.
This bitch is about to blow fire. That's how strange this is.
Is that a normal? Whoa, that darling's weird.
Oh my god.
God damn, that's a weird darling.
What is it? What is it about the darling that makes it so strange?
That's the thing.
Is
I
that the
can't
twist?
tell you.
Okay.
I can't tell you. It's the twist. But basically, I mean, go watch the trailer for Strange Darling, and the twist at the end, you'll be like, well, by God.
What a twist.
That was a strange fucking darling. I was also really proud of myself. I kept predicting the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Steph,
that must be fun to watch with. Hey, guess what? Guess what's going to happen?
Shut the fuck up.
I do it too. That's why I know it. That's why I know it's not.
Wait, what?
I do that too to Dom all the time.
Yeah.
And she's
No,
just like,
honestly,
yeah, maybe.
it makes me it actually makes me feel good because I'll be like, I bet this is gonna happen, and then it does happen, and every single time Steph's like, you're so good at this, you can predict. I go, no, they're all just formulaic.
Yeah, this is
like they all just.
This is just bad storytelling. I'm sorry.
Well, like we were watching Misery.
Yeah.
We were watching Misery, and then also too, it's like Steph's not like a TV and film person the way I am. She doesn't know the like tricks and stuff.
Nobody watches her listen or watch anything.
Well, her favorite show is fucking Housewives, so she's like,
oh dear, yeah, okay, yeah.
But
yeah, Dom has no bar. She watches anything. She'll watch literally anything.
I will say though, Steph's really good at picking movies. She does. She's definitely picked like a good movie here.
Then she might be a film person.
Yeah,
you might be wrong.
Well, no, she's very passive. I like to try to figure the movies out. She's very passive in watching a film. She just let it hits her like and shit like that.
She's like, this is what's happening. And you're not like, oh, what's the code?
She doesn't take the time to like figure it out, which is probably more enjoyable.
I don't know sometimes because I do appreciate that because I like when the filmmaker builds a secret ending that you didn't catch.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I mean? That's always fun because it still makes it fun for those people and you.
Well, that's why I'm a big fan of. I'm getting back into anime so much more because there's so many like fight scenes in anime where they put up all the different like challenges against the good guy or the main character.
Yeah.
And like I watch anime very regularly and go, I have no fucking idea how he's going to get out of this one. And then but then the thing that annoys me about anime is like, all right, good, we got him locked in. Now we're going to take 10 episodes to explain that to you. You're like, you never need to take 10.
Yeah.
5 at the most every fucking time.
Yeah.
But it's always 10 to 15 when they only needed like 5 episodes to explain it to you.
There was somebody that was it was Matt Stone. I couldn't think of his name. Not Trey Parker.
South Park?
Yeah, from South Park. He was explaining like, because he kind of, I don't like anything. I don't watch. I won't watch anything. I for the most part, like I've gotten better with like softening that kind of like just to be like try to just enjoy.
Just try new shit.
Yeah,
because you will find something you do like.
There's still, or I can like find something I like about it.
Dude, I'm so happy. I just tell him the stuff about that. I just realized that. I was like, I don't fucking like a lot of shit.
I don't like anything.
I can enjoy
I like maybe 4 things.
Well, okay, for me it's like I can find enjoyment out of a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But it's like most shit, but like the shit that I'm like, I fucking love this. Like people always talk about, like Steph was watching True Blood. And I go, I know, I've seen her watch this show before. I go, how many times have you watched True Blood? And she's like, probably 5 or 6 times all the way through. And I go, that's fucking insane.
I tried a second time. I did a one full, like as it was coming out.
Yeah.
But I was like, after that, I was like.
But I mean shows in general.
Yeah.
Do you watch shows through all the way?
Most of the time, no, because this is the thing that he brought up, which is like it kind of like helped me go like, okay, so it's not completely just me. But he was like, a lot of times now, what shows will do, it used to be they used to just want to make a good show, and just actually have good storytelling and like actual like purpose and like build on characters and like the world and all that other stuff with sitcoms. But now it's like they only like. He's like, nowadays people will tell me like, I want to watch, you got to watch a show. You got to watch a show. And then they're like, and then he's like, I watch it. And then like they, about 6 or 7 episodes in, they got me and I'm hooked. And then they start with the shit. Then they start putting out like episodes where you're like, can you just get, and every fucking show that I like,
you mean like filler episodes?
They get to like, and True Blood was one of those with like that fucking bitch Tara. Jesus Christ. Every episode was just her crying about something like not vampires or werewolves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not watching True Blood
for
just a regular lady upset.
Yeah.
I don't need that. I want vampires. I want werewolves. I want fucking fairies.
So
That's
funny having a vampire werewolf show and you're hitting me with regular lady drama
what are you
doesn't
doing?
involve
You're
a
wasting
vampire or werewolf.
Every time I would just scream it in our living room, and my wife, Dom, she'd go, like, she's like, yeah, I see it. I know. But, like, she's like, but this is part of the story. And I'm like, this is the bad part of this.
Yeah.
This is an unnecessary. I want to know if there's a vampire that fought in the Civil War that is now in the early 2000s living in Louisiana and dating a bartender or a waitress. That's the interesting.
And that's
goes the story.
That goes back to the thing I was going to say. We were watching the movie Misery, the Stephen King book, which actually it's got a lot of cheese factor to it because it's from the early 80s.
Yeah.
Good movie, though. Whatever the fuck, I forget the lady's name.
Kathy Bates.
Yeah, dude, she rules. Kathy Bates is such a good actor.
I call her Kathy Butts because she got that ass.
You call her that too?
Yeah, she's a thick bitch.
Yeah, she a big old bitch.
I just watched a clip of her crying today. Go on.
Yeah? Is that why you're horny?
Yeah. Yeah, she's talking about her dead mom.
But no, there's a part in if you don't know Misery, there's this by the way, Stephen King loves to write. He was like, okay, so an author, and you're like,
always an author that lives in the Northeast.
There's an author and he's in this remote area. You're like, there's other stories,
Hey,
Steve.
we gotta stop this killer clown from killing us so I can grow up one day and become an author in the Northeast.
Yeah, and everyone in the book is in entertainment. You know, the most interesting jobs.
From all of this one small town in New Hampshire.
I became an author. I became a TV host. I worked for that TV show. He's really good, though.
Yeah,
I'm not
very
like...
good. Yeah.
He's great.
I hate him.
But it's just like, dude, every fucking time... No, I genuinely like him. But, like, every fucking time, it's just like, I don't need another goddamn TV show about TV shows.
Yeah.
I don't need a book about a guy writing a book. What the fuck are we doing?
Right.
There's that new show on HBO that's just like... It's just like shows are so quirky behind the scenes, and you're like, I don't want a show about real like your idiosyncrasies.
Yeah.
Everything's anyway. So like in Misery, basically the dude finishes up his book. He decides to leave this mountain town he's been to every single time he writes a book. He decides to leave it when the weather gets the absolute worst. In his old 60s or 50s or 60s fucking a Camaro or whatever the fuck it was, and then he crashes it. His biggest fan finds him. She mends him back to health, but she actually like keeps him in bad shape so he can't leave.
Isn't she the one that's actually drove him off the road?
I don't know if they say that in the movie.
I can't remember that because I think they stole that plot for that Cloverfield Lane.
Oh, really?
Isn't that what happens if John Goodman does that?
I don't think they brought it up in Misery in the movie. It might happen in the book.
But,
I don't know. But anyway, and then there's like a part where every so often she leaves and the dude tries to escape every so often. And there's just like this one part where he's escaping and then he like knocks down a little like penguin figurine on this big board and the camera like zooms in on it. And I just go, that'll become relevant later in the movie.
Yeah,
and
they're
Steph
like,
just goes,
foreshadowing.
Yeah, and Steph just goes like, she's like, do you think it will? I go, yeah, babe, they zoomed in on it.
Why would they show that?
Why would they show you knocking over a penguin? I completely forget what the fucking point of that was, but even bringing
it
that
just becomes
up.
so predictable and just kind of like it's just
it comes back to I remember now. You were talking about all the like little bullshit side stories. It's like not even about it being predictable. It's just like, no, you just want to cut out the fat. You don't want shit happening in your movie or TV show that isn't necessary.
Right.
So like, why do we just have this filler time to be like, this is where anime does it a lot. They fucking just hit you over the head with backstory.
Yeah.
You need to learn every character's backstory and why they're like angry, and it usually just has to do with a parent dying or something.
And that's why like in sitcoms or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't mind a sitcom because it's jokes.
Yeah.
Like you just want jokes. It's a joke delivery system. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So when you have the very special episode, you're wasting my fucking time.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. They go like, holy shit, did you see how like Will Smith was crying on that episode of Fresh Prince? And you're like, yeah, great, awesome.
He has range. To be fair, I regularly forget that molestation is bad.
Right.
And I occasionally need an NBC sitcom to remind me molestation's bad.
It's just one of those things where you're just like, no, on a very special episode, this bitch starts taking caffeine pills and has kind of a panic attack. And you're like,
On a very special episode.
This is the one with the screech and the dorks and the fuckers and like you know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where you're like, why you have a character named Booger and you're gonna teach me a lesson? These are some of the shows that I grew up in. You know what I mean? What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, Booger's gonna teach me about appreciating what I have in this world.
Those are the sitcoms I watch, like Step by Step, the thing like Growing Up, Family Matters. So like, there's always the goofball. There's Urkel. There's fucking
Dickweed,
Cody, and fucking the guy that lives in a van. But then in the same show, you're also going to be like, but hey, watch out for drunk driving.
Yeah, just so you guys know, don't smoke too many cigarettes.
It's never okay to smoke cigarettes, especially at school.
Especially at school.
You know?
Hey, you remember when you were hanging out with the cool kids? Your better friends needed you that night.
Hey, your friends that are in the credits needed your help. The ones that are in the opening credits, you know, Zach Morris and
your friends that got a title card.
I never learned a lesson, by the way. I've never not done cocaine or caffeine pills or any of hard drugs because I reminisced on those lessons. It's always just been like, no, I got to work tomorrow.
They should do a very special episode about like gas station boner pills. Where you're just like, this will make your heart
Blue
stop.
Chews, off market Blue Chews that I got on a Facebook ad.
Oh yeah, don't shit on Blue Chew. I want them to be a sponsor so I can try the Blue Chew.
No, I said the off market.
No, I know. I got worried you were shitting on Blue Chew.
I never would. I haven't tried that yet, actually.
I heard they're amazing.
But if I ever do get sponsored by them, I would say
I'll take one and have sex with my wife, Blue Chew.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Honestly, hey, we're a market you guys don't fucking ever talk. You always talk to men, but you never talk to married men specifically. That still love fucking their wives, I would assume.
Well, I love it.
Yeah. So, boom.
Her?
Oh yeah. They we're not asking them.
Yeah. No, I told Steph, she's like, why don't you ever use Blue Chew? I heard they're good. I go,
damn, she asked you?
No, wait.
She asked you why you don't use Blue Chew?
Well, no, she wasn't bringing it up like you need to use Blue Chew. Honestly, genuinely though, and this is gonna sound like backpedaling because you just started laughing.
I'm sorry.
But I genuinely, you're a bad friend.
Actually, she never said that, and so let's just
that's what I'm saying. This is gonna sound like I genuinely don't remember. I talk like fucking 3 hours into a camera every day.
Yeah.
I don't remember if this was a fucking podcast or not, but I do. I forget if I said it to her or someone else, but I was genuinely like, I don't have like my dick's still good.
Yeah.
I don't have problems getting like hard.
Right.
So I want to wait till the hard, because I don't want to give her, because I heard Blue Chew gives you the best dick. It gives you the best dick you've ever had.
It gives you the dick you forgot you had.
Yeah, so I don't want to give her. I don't want to give her.
We're doing a free commercial for you right now. So honestly, we should clip this.
Give me some pills.
Because honestly, we're already praising it. We haven't. Neither one of us have ever. Have you ever taken it?
No.
Yeah, I've never taken it either.
I don't want to take it.
Dude, we should take it on the show.
Yeah.
We should take it live.
No.
Next time we stream. Yep. We should do it. and just we'll wear gray sweatpants.
Yeah.
And that's how we get the next market. The bitches that love portly men. I said portly.
The feeders.
Yeah, the feeders.
Yeah.
Hey, send us a thing and we'll go. What's the? Are you talking about the ones that go like, or whatever? They catch the things.
You playing Pac-Man? What are you doing?
You know when the food comes up on the screen and they try to bite it or whatever.
Oh, like the ice cream so good.
Is that what it is?
No, it's.
Are you talking about they actually just pay us to eat?
Yeah, it's.
I'm on board for that.
It's when a lady just keeps feeding you.
Okay, I don't want to do the one where I'm going.
Yeah.
Ice cream so good.
Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. No, that lady's so hot. Her channel makes me laugh because she's the AI thing's not a thing anymore.
Yeah,
I mean it's still a thing. That AI Miles Morales is still going strong.
Yeah,
but the hot black French lady who was doing the AI shit, she's transitioned into doing fake car eating videos.
Whoa,
because she's a chick who's literally like a third of our size.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, I'm about to eat 4 plates of poutine. Watch me. Ooh, so good.
I love poutine.
And then you're like, you're chewing that up and spitting it out in the corner of your car. You have 4 giant plates of poutine chewed up and spit out into a trash bag so you can film a minute long video.
And then you got people out there probably bidding on trying to get that.
Oh, dude. I didn't even thought about that. Let's move on to talk about. We got a little bit sidetracked talking about entertainment, but this is an art podcast at the same time.
Art.
But I already talked about it a little bit on the YouTube channel, on this YouTube channel. But I was very curious to see your input on this. As I Lay Dying, basically the whole band left. Last time I saw it, it was Tim and the original guitarist.
As I Lay Buying.
Pat George.
That's my contribution.
Tim LaBisa, fuck you. Pat George attacks.
What up, guys?
What up? Put a hit out on me, you jacked pussy.
I have no idea what happened. I know Ken Stussy used to play for Unearth, and I found out that he was in As I Lay Dying as he was quitting. So, you go ahead.
So, a lot of funny details on the As I Lay Dying story because I wanted to put out a video on it. I was like, topical thing, get some views. So, I actually looked into it more. Funny little details on the As I Lay Dying story. First off, all of Unearth was in As I Lay Dying.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
My favorite people, Ken Stussy and I think the original drummer of Unearth were in that band. And I was like, holy shit, what the fuck?
Oh, and also, I don't know if... I got to double check because the original guitarist last time I checked, was in the band, but he was also...
was that the guy that I sent you the clip of where he was doing the shot at the bar? Oh, no, that was Killswitch Engage. That's the guitar player for Killswitch Engage.
No, wasn't it the dude from Nickelback?
No.
There's that video where the black lady's yelling at the dude from Nickelback, and he pretends to be mad, but then he just fucking bodies the thing she asked him to do.
Oh, no. This was it's I have no idea how to search it. I'm pretty sure I sent the clip to you, but I can't remember. It's the guitar player, the lead guitar player from Killswitch Engage playing the song that everybody loves, the big hit, End of Heartache.
Yeah. Watched that 3 times yesterday when you sent me that Kubla Khan tour.
Dude, that's gonna be sick.
Yeah. Do you listen to Killswitch now?
Yeah. No, not I haven't. I still listen to the
old Killswitch.
Yeah.
Black Eye Killswitch.
I still listen to that Killswitch.
Because I was trying to find.
I haven't kept up on it.
I was trying to find. You sent that to me when I was streaming yesterday. So I was like, oh, this is cool. I kind of brought it up, and I was like, this is cool. And I go, does new Killswitch rip like old Killswitch? And I didn't get deep into it, but I was just like, not to sound corny, but I was like, dude, you just can't. The original lead singer, you just can't touch his voice.
It's I think if I remember correctly, the lead singer right now in Killswitch is the former lead singer of All Shall Perish.
Okay.
I believe, which is crazy. I think I don't. That might be true. If it is, I'm gonna fucking be really excited. Also, I just reminded myself of All Shall Perish, and I want to fucking revisit those motherfuckers. I love that band. But Killswitch Engage. Also, fun fact. Speaking of Unearth, their latest, I believe, not their latest album that just came out. The one right before that, maybe. I can't remember the name of it, but it was. It was produced by the guitar player from Killswitch Engage, and he also recorded some of the guitar tracks as well as the drummer for Killswitch Engage laid down the drum tracks.
For which I'm double checking on the lead singer. For which band was this?
It was the guitar player and drummer from Killswitch Engage playing on the Unearth album at that time.
Oh, okay.
That's another one that I own. Yeah, I'm the weirdo. But I'll look that up while you're... Did you find it? Oh, it's Darkness into Light.
Oh, okay.
That one came out in 2011.
Yeah, it looks like the current lead singer of Killswitch is a dude named Jesse Leach.
Jesse Leach.
And according to this Wikipedia, I don't see anything about All Shall Perish.
Okay, maybe it was a different band.
Maybe
these guys are swapping partners like square dancers out there. I don't know what's going on. You know,
Pat doesn't know who's Killswitch. I haven't listened to Better Lovers.
It's crazy. We're saying As I Lay Dying, but it's really kind of Unearth.
Yeah, it's
kind of
dude,
now they're
so
gone.
funny. Well, that's the funny thing when you start to get deep into a band like. Everyone was talking. Did you ever listen to Chiodos? You know them though.
That song.
So
I love that song. On repeat. Yeah.
Sorry, that's how I do pull-offs with my mouth.
And it's piano in the background. And it gets back to... I saw Chiodos, higher.
Hey, you know that one Chiodo song?
You know what's really funny? I saw it was clips from the We Were Young festival.
Yeah.
And there was Chiodos playing that song.
Yeah.
And somebody and it shows them going like doing that part. And you're like, and they go, Chiodos is back. And you're like, no, this is what this festival is, you stupid ass.
Well, no, they are back.
Yeah.
But that's what I was gonna say. No, they're going
I
on.
saw them. You're showing me the clip.
No, Pat, they're going on tour.
That's not gonna last.
Oh, okay. Good point.
Yeah.
Well, no, but so that was what that's why I was bringing up Chiodos.
Don't you mean As I Lay Dying? Let's check the wiki.
Feels like they're not going on tour, Pat. No, the thing I was going to say about Chiodos, you know Chiodos. Here, let me remind you. And Chiodos, they're like, oh, we're back. We're going on tour. We're doing the All's Well That Ends Well 15th, 20th anniversary. And it's like, it's just Craig Owens. And then a bunch of guys.
These are all, Andy, you know I love and hate philosophy. It is the Band of Theseus. It's one of my favorites. Dude, what is going on now? What are these bands?
Love and hate is a great way to put philosophy.
It is.
Because I read philosophy shit and I'm like, this is so gay. And then you get that one part and you're like, oh yeah, we need this.
Is this really As I Lay Dying? Is this really fucking?
Yeah.
And we're finding out the one member theory that we were talking about in the past, where like if there's one member of the band that seems to matter in a lot of these bands, that if they leave, it's over. You can't do it unless it's the spectacle of like Sublime with Rome. Queen featuring Adam Lambert.
Amber Lambert.
Amber Alert Lambert. But like
so,
now we're finding out Chiodos is that guy.
Chiodos is Craig
As I Lay
Owens.
Dying is Tim
Lambesis.
You know
Tim
what I mean?
kill his wife's.
And do we know? Did you find out in your research what
So
they're leaving for?
So they're leaving because Tim had all the extra parts to MH370. That was in my research.
You blew the lid off this son of a bitch.
No, so
we gotta stop right now. We
don't know. Wait, before I get into that, a funny little bit of info. Do you know what? I just knew that he like put a hit out on his wife.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was like he was either talking to an FBI agent or the guy he talked to referred him to an FBI agent like immediately. Yeah. He was apparently like at the gym like. Be like, what are you benching over there? 300? Do you have you ever killed someone's wife?
Yeah, it was if I remember correctly, it was like a sting or something like that, where they're just like he was just like casually talking to the guy and just being like, so like how do you know like how?
Do you know a guy that'll
yeah.
kill my wife?
Yeah, like it wasn't.
Yeah, it was so dumb. It was so dumb how he got caught. And in jail, you know how like in a lot of court cases people plead insanity?
Yeah.
He pled
Christianity.
He pled insanity due to steroids. He said he wouldn't have tried to kill his wife if he wasn't hopped up on steroids.
This is honestly, if Benoit had the same foresight, we wouldn't be here today, you know? We'd be at WrestleMania right now watching that Canadian give himself some more CTE.
It's like, dude, I get roid rage, but it's so funny to be like, I took a bunch of steroids and then I hired a hitman.
Yeah.
Like,
that's not roid rage. That's
sure
that's roid premeditated.
I'm sure you did, buddy.
Yeah.
There was no real clear-cut reason why the band left. But it was all like around the same time. And I was doing the math in my head, and I say this in the video, but I was doing the math in my head. I was like, well, wait, they were in the band. Well, okay, so originally, As I Lay Dying, Tim gets out of jail. He got sent to jail for like 6 years. That was 2014. He comes out around 2019, 2020. Band reforms. So I'm in the original video. They've been in the band for 4 years. They know what the deal is. They haven't been in the band for 4 years. This is the thing no one else is talking about. This is the second, and I got to give a props to someone in my YouTube comments. Yeah. I didn't know this. Someone in the YouTube comments let me know this. Thank you for the YouTube comments. This is the second time this has happened to As I Lay Dying.
That's crazy.
This is the second time they've gone through a whole rhythm section.
So, like, As I Lay Dying has a 200 or possibly 300% turnover rate.
Yeah, dude, like these guys that just left the band, they haven't been in the band since 2019, 2020. They've been in the band since 2022. So they already from 2020 when they've already had an original drummer, guitarist, and bassist leave. So it's like,
what's going on?
And so it's like he just left jail. You already know about the putting the hit on his wife. So if you join As I Lay Dying 2020 later, you're acknowledging you don't care that he put a hit on his wife.
And honestly, time served. Like much like a Michael Vick story. Like, let him work. Like, he did his time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Michael Vick's a more personal thing because I saw dogfighting footage recently and I was like, fuck Michael Vick.
Yeah.
But no, that is generally, like, I get the general time served. I will say this though, it's like time served, sure, let him out of jail. Yeah. But at the same time, if you find out a dude put out a hit on his wife, you're like, oh, you do that kind of stuff. Yeah. And because it's like,
I don't trust him.
No one really gets rehabilitated in jail.
No. I don't trust that he's not I don't trust that he's not capable of something.
But he paid his price.
But he paid his due.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
If we're going to give him the shadow, look, he. I don't even think if he served 6 years, if he was sentenced 6 years, then time served. I don't.
Yeah, he paid his price.
It's one of those things. I don't think it's. But is that why people are leaving? Is just
no. So that's the thing. I do the math in my head, and I go, it can't be because of the wife. Because I was like, if you're getting into the band post 2020, you know about all that shit. You don't care about that shit.
Maybe he kept trying to put out hits on them.
Yeah, maybe.
He just is terrible at problem solving. He does not know anything about conflict resolution.
Just constantly putting hits out on people.
Somebody cuts him off on traffic, and he's just Googling how can I put a hit out on someone's license plate.
But and then wait, what was the other thing I was gonna say? Hits. Oh, and then there was a controversy. People were saying he beats his wife, and his wife came out and was like, he doesn't beat me. And based off the statements, I was like, all right, he probably doesn't beat her that bad.
They might have a lively sex life, but maybe they don't you know what I mean? Maybe she's like, slap me. You know what I mean?
Her whole "he doesn't beat me" response really read as okay, he roughs her around a little, but he doesn't. But he doesn't hit her with haymakers,
or maybe mind your business. You know what I mean? It wasn't he hits me because he loves me.
I feel like every woman who claims spousal abuse should go on Top Chef and just be like, did you prove that you didn't burn the roast? Sorry.
It could. I mean, hey,
I'm being a hot tamale.
You are. You absolutely
I take it all back. I'm really upset I made that joke. I'm sorry, guys.
Honestly, I just want to take this opportunity to let everybody
disavow me right now. Disavow me so fucking hard.
I've never heard of this comedian before. I don't know who he is. No. Nobody asked him to be here.
Pat, you fucked it up. You got to say, I've never heard of this comedian.
I mean, yeah, they have comedians all the time here.
Yeah, he claims to be a comedian.
Yeah, I would never. No, I think there's a thing where either we've joked about when Many Eyes was flipping through guitar players or firing them without notice kind of things and all this other shit. We go oh yeah, turns out maybe Keith was the problem.
Just you do what I mean? Crunch the numbers. Yeah. You're like, it was probably Keith.
So maybe there's.
Well, let me read this.
It just feels like people are much like Michael Vick, even after he does serve his time or anything like that. People are like, no, I don't forgive him, and it's I get that, but it's also not about you.
See,
so
I also
if you're going into the band,
yeah,
they're probably just thinking Tim Lambesis seems to be a problematic magnet.
Well, he's
just taking on problematic things.
Here's what I think it is. I was thinking about it. I was listening to the lead singer of Terror was on Hard Lore, and he was talking about how when they first started out, they lost a band member because Hatebreed asked that guy to join the band. And he was really upset about it because the guy was they weren't having problems. He's just brother, if Hatebreed asked me to be in the band, I'm going to be in the band.
Yeah.
And the lead singer of Terror was it's really tough, but, I was mad at first, but over time I was like, of course he has to join Hatebreed.
Yeah.
I think it's the reverse. I think it's guys going I know Tim's history, but I'm not doing great, and it's As I Lay Dying.
Yeah.
I looked at their listens and shit on YouTube. They've put out a bunch of videos over the past 6 months. The lowest viewed one is from 2 weeks ago, and that's got 350 views.
Yeah.
The highest viewed one is 1 million. The average views on these videos is 600, 700,000 views. They're doing fine.
Yeah.
So if you're just like a metalcore guitarist scraping by, and As I Lay Dying asks you to be in the band.
Yeah.
And you're just like, all right. I mean, this is good money, and it's like they don't. What? Fuck it, I'll do it. And then I think they join the band, and then they start to realize they're like, oh no, this Tim guy like sucks.
Yeah, there's a reason he has the reputation he has.
And there was a YouTube comment. The YouTube comment actually had a decent theory where he goes, I think it has to do with shady dealings with royalties and publishing for the new album. Tim and Phil worked on it. Tim and Phil worked on it and said to have worked with the new members on it as well, and then maybe they turned around and kept them as hired guns and didn't give them any songwriting credits. That happened with that happened with one of the bassists from Paramore. They treated him. He was like a part of the band, but he wasn't the original bassist. So they treated him like a independent contractor, like just a hired musician rather than a member of the band. He wanted songwriting credits. So that's happened before, where you have these like new members who aren't original members of the band, and the original members of the band may treat them more like hired musicians than actual band members.
Yeah.
So I can see, and that to me too is like, well, if all the like wife murder shit is not like a part of this at all, and you go, they quit the band right before a 2-month European tour and right before their album drops. I'm like, it probably has to do with financials. It has something to do with the financials where, like, you know, if they were like, don't worry, we'll figure this out. And the same way a bunch of people go on strike right around the time when it'll, like, financially hurt people the most, they probably all were like, well, fuck this fucker. We'll go on strike. And then, yeah. So that's my guess of what happened.
I could see that. Yeah, I think I didn't even think of like the royalties aspect of it. I was just thinking pure, because nowadays, like when people make statements and they want to distance themselves, or they don't want to, or they're no longer a part of this, or blah blah blah. I've enjoyed my time. When they do that shit, you're like, oh, they are, maybe they're not saying that they're trying to distance themselves, but they're trying to distance themselves. Mm-hmm. So like I think in this case, that's probably a really good, but like it just does. It does seem shitty, I guess, in this sense, because if As I Lay Dying is still so popular in that sense, even if it's just the spectacle of like seeing the songs that you loved from your childhood and beyond. Yeah. Or
you good?
Yeah, I didn't know. I was like,
was it that noise?
Yeah.
It was me drinking water.
Oh no, I heard something. I thought I heard something over here. But no, the spectacle of, and then seeing, you know, the guy who tried to murder his wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. It is weird for me too, where like it gets to a point where I don't know. It's like it doesn't matter as much when there's obviously certain members that can leave a band and you like won't really notice. Like that happened with like one of my favorite bands, like Kubla Khan. I think they've gone through like so many guitarists, which. Fucking sidebar, I was listening to a podcast with them.
Yeah.
They're one guitarist, and this is such a bummer because I think he was in the band for a good amount of time, and this happened like, you know, I wouldn't say Kubla Khan blew up, but in the terms of hardcore bands, they're like blowing up right now.
Yeah.
But like, dude, he had to quit the band before this last album because he had a thing where, I don't know, it was like a neurological disorder or what, but his hand just stopped working. Like he couldn't bend his hand fully. It's like he's a fucking guitar player.
Yeah.
And that's why they took a long break and were just touring for a while, because I heard them on this podcast and they were saying, they're like, yeah, we're just kind of waiting to see what happens with that. Yeah. But I think it gets to a certain point where it's like, brother, it's been a year and your hand's not better. We don't hate you, but like we got to keep going as a band.
Yeah. I'm sure over time, all of the members from like Unearth, it's probably even like athletes sometimes with teams where they're like, oh no, I work well with this guy. Like this, you know, there's a chemistry here. So like once I leave the band, if they're not having a good time anymore and the band I'm in needs a drummer, I'd be like, hey, you should hire blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or like we learned through even like Capra, like a lot of these bands are friends with each other. Like I think they even like will go on tour. They'll be the touring guitar player or drummer for another band.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And that's how relationships go. And then they might record with them and then they're an official member, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy that like these bands literally nowadays are just the name. They're just a name nowadays. Norma Jean, I think there's only one original member.
I was wondering what you meant exactly.
As I Lay Dying, same
idea.
idea.
Yeah, when you get deep into, there's certain bands.
Just a name.
when you get deep into their career, it's just like a trademark.
Black Flag is one guitar player right now.
Who?
I think Black Flag is the guitar player from Black Flag and then a bunch of other people.
Yeah, but even that, I got to double check. I don't know why Black Flag.
We always bring that up. I feel like we always bring this up when we talk about this subject of Black Flag.
Probably.
I mean, maybe that's what brought it up. Yeah.
They're the most applicable to this conversation, but like I saw Black Flag.
Whoa.
That was a mumble. Frieza. Black Frieza. No, I saw because I randomly did. Mike Vallely just randomly popped into my head because someone was talking about that like classic Mike Vallely fight video where he beats up those guys outside of the fucking thing, and I just go, what's Mike Vallely up to? Because he actually had a really good song. I forget, it was Mike Vallely and the Somethings. He was in a band, and they had a song on one of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtracks that it fucking ripped. And I go, what the fuck's Mike Vallely up to? And I go, he's in Black Flag.
Yeah.
And then I look at the current members of Black Flag, and it's like bassist from 2024, drummer since 2022. Mike Vallely since 2019, and then, like you said, the guitarist since 2019. But it is like the original guitarist, but then also he was only in the he was in the band for 10 years.
At what point can you not charge for Black Flag?
Yeah, and I'm like, that's what I'm exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you're not now. I will say Black Flag probably doesn't charge expensive tickets, but I'm like, you're not seeing Black Flag.
I told you this. I know that for sure now. How we got on the subject last time was because I told you my Mike Vallely story of seeing them in Reading.
Yeah.
And then me trying to avoid going to the show because it looked like it was very sparsely attended.
Yeah.
And it was like still very early. Like the show started at like 5.
Yeah.
And went to like 11. It was nuts. Like a bunch of local bands that wanted to play for Mike Vallely's led Black Flag. And then I was like, all right, well, I got to go to the show. And I saw them, and it really, I think the tickets were like probably like $20, $20. It was a fine show from what I saw. I saw a couple songs of theirs. It took them a long time before they played anything I really recognized because I'm not a huge Black Flag fan. But it's also like, I'm like looking at the band, and I'm just like, I don't think this is Black Flag.
And on top
of that, in my opinion, I don't think this is Black Flag.
Well, it's one thing when like okay, so Slipknot's basically Corey Taylor, and like the original members are like Corey Taylor and one of the clowns that hits the drums.
Right. Yeah.
But the thing with Slipknot is like,
it's like a Gwar type feel. Yeah.
But not even the costumes. It's that Slipknot's just been a band. They've been consistently a band. It's like Black Flag. I was just looking. It's like they were a band from 76 to 86. Then they didn't play a show till 03.
Yeah.
And then they toured from, I think it was, and then they did a tour from like 2013 to 2014, and now they've been going since 2019. And I was like, yeah, you're on your third comeback.
Yeah.
Or second or third comeback. Like, you're not really the band anymore.
And I guess that's the thing. Is like, we've always talked about the band switching members or them being, certain members meaning the most. But at a certain point, like I've seen the Dead Kennedys band, but even then, I don't know how many of those people were the original members. Mm-hmm. Then I saw like Jello Biafra, but it's like either way, I don't think like you have to be the whole band. If you're all still alive, the Operation Ivy thing, same thing.
Yeah,
you have to be. It like we have to have like a measure at this point where the more members you're losing, the more the price goes down on the tickets. Mm-hmm. Like without question. It doesn't matter how you split that up, but if you're down to one guitar player, let's say, and you have 6 members on the, if it's like in the Slipknot case, they should be at a deficit every tour because we should not be paying for like, but it also depends. Like they got flamethrowers and shit. They got fucking like hydraulics and shit. Like they're putting on a whole spooky show.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? And whoever's in, that's the other thing. How about this? There is a mask amendment. The mask amendment goes for Gwars, your Slipknots, anybody where you got a face paint, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I feel because that is something that you wouldn't just, but if you're in fucking Pennywise, or if you're in fucking what's the other one?
Yeah.
Circle Jerks or like Bad Brain, like any of those classic ones where they're like, look, they're going on tour again after all this time, and you're like, oh my god, they're back together, and you're like, it's that guy. It's that weirdo that nobody likes anyway.
Yeah, you also
that fucking
too,
dread
you,
guy,
you can
and he's in shorts. Fuck everybody else. You're all in shorts.
And also too, like, I don't think there's any harm in being like whoever the fucking guitarist is of Black Flag, just be Joe Schmo of Black Flag.
Yeah.
Plays Black Flag songs with Mike Vallely. Like, just call it that. Who gives a shit?
An evening with Black Flag.
But yeah, it's like once you cycle through, I agree with that. I think there is something to the fact that if the band's going kind of the way like Dance Gavin Dance is, they've been consistent and they've only ever most turnover like one or two guys per album. But like, so I think they get a little bit of a pass because a lot of members are like long term in the band.
Yeah.
But it's like when you have these like big controversial things and there's always like a huge turnover and there's all this other extra bullshit.
Yeah.
I think it's just, there just gets to a point where you're like, just go on to the next thing. Because the quicker you go on to the next thing, you can create more value behind the new brand.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think of a good example, but like I don't know, like okay, like at the drive-in, they broke up and quickly started doing Mars Volta. Now Mars Volta is a big band that can like bring people out. Like it's not impossible. You just gotta like stay on top of it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we did the damn thing.
We did. An
Thank you for
incredible
listening
job.
to Drag the Lake. We will be
everywhere.
back next week.
Yeah.
And also, you can check out the episode we were way more excited to do of No More Heroes.
Yeah, we got to talking about music though.
Nah, the music one ended up being real good. We just got into a very exciting conversation for like 10 minutes
Now I just
before.
want to talk about music with me.
Now I just want to talk about music. Fuck No More Heroes.
Yeah.
Damn, the duality of man.
What do you think they were listening to on the plane?
They're probably watching old episodes of Curb.
Do you want to die?
Welcome to the jungle, baby. You're about to fall into the ocean. Just kidding. There's a wormhole, baby. Woohoo. Look at those orbs. Where'd they come from, baby? All right. We'll see you next week. Love you all. Be about a peace.
Bye.